Right to you. Oh, nice one. Thank you, Assistant Alex.
There is, right there.
Oh, thank you. Appreciated. Look at that for a good start. Okay. PS4
Yep.
button. I'm live, by the way.
Okay, I thought you were talking to me.
Not talking to you. That's why I said. Never mind. Okay, this is a good start. PS4 metal power button replacement featuring Alex. Okay, so try to get this set up a little bit better. We're going to have a look under the microscope in a minute. I think the audio is going to be better on this. I might knock the sound down just a little bit. I'm trying to get the background noise in the shop, music-wise, in sync with the stream. So maybe the next few videos I'm going to be like fine-tuning it, trying to tweak it. But I cannot work in silence, even when I'm doing these live streams. And every time I play music, that's mainstream or is copyrighted, YouTube cuts the video down and says there's an infringement. We will take all of the money you've never earned. So, back to this. Right, I'm going to try and get a good angle on that. You can see in here the metal bracket. So I try and get that around. We'll have a good look under the microscope. Anyway, this metal bracket here connects to a little metal pad on the motherboard. Take that down a touch. There you go. I try to normalise all of the YouTube music I downloaded as well. I don't know if it's worked, but we'll soon find out. I've jiggled some bits around. I've now got my hotkeys set up as well, so we can switch between microscope and back seamlessly now, without having to look like I'm semi-blind. Okay, so we can see here. Can I see? Right, let's have a look under the microscope. Let's bring this over. Let's switch over. I believe that's microscope. See if we can zoom right out. Okay, that's about as far. Okay, so yeah, you can see this metal bracket here. It's a really stupid design. This little bracket here, I believe, touches the board or just sits slightly above it, and then when you press, this tiny, tiny little movement there, I mean, that's even under the microscope. It turns the PlayStation on. I think what they were trying to do with this has got to be the first generation, because this is almost like a hack. But they, instead of going for the tactile button where you press it and it, you know, compresses and comes back out, I think what they've done is try to go for that sort of feel that it's got maybe a light switch behind it. You know, on some of the new TVs where you just hover your hand over it and it detects that you've changed the light and it activates it. But instead of actually using the light, they've just gone for that minimal contact. So that there will turn your PS4 on. I don't think it's actually attached to anything, so I think it just detects resistance. So it must just detect some sort of small resistance, because I can use my finger to turn it on, and it's certainly not a button. So I couldn't work out why this PS4 came into us working, well, not working, but turning on. It came in for a HDMI, and then when we put it back together, it wasn't turning on, because that's the first time it's ever happened. All of the other PS4s that I've worked on, well, the majority of them have got this sort of, I don't know if I've got one here. Let me have a look. I think I've put the top back on the other one, but it's a plastic. Switch back over. It's a plastic button that you actually push and then that activates it. You can buy those online. You can't actually buy these little metal switches online, so once they're broke, once they're gone, that's it. So once I realised that it was this tiny little metal part on here, I checked on the one that we had in to see if that was the cause, and I could see that. So I then knew that there was something up with this. And where are we? And that was lying just inside, a little bit mangled. So I think what's happened is whoever took it off has popped it from the front instead of the back. So it's like a clamshell, so it's opened up from the front or the back, depending on which way you open it, and that's just caught and just pinged off. It's a terrible design. I mean, that is held on with melted plastic and possibly soldered. Looking at this, I think it might have been soldered on. Either way, not great. So what I've got to try and do, let's go back. What I've got to try and do is remake that. Now the issue we've got is I can't actually take, I don't know, I'll have a look. I'm pretty positive that I can't take this off to work on it. I mean, let's have a quick look. I think it's glued on. Let's have a look at the mechanism. I mean, that's as far as I can zoom out. It's a bit of a pain. Let's have a look on this side. See if I can get this to focus a little bit better. Okay, so we can see the power button on this side. If I try and flip this round, you can see the top of that plastic is actually connected to the arm of that metal, which is glued to the back. Let's try and get this back down so it's not hovering all over the place. So you can see that back part here is glued, and then this part here that's flexible is attached, is actually attached to the button, and the button comes through here, which has got, you can see it's got zero play in it. I mean, it's really, really, really tactile. So what I need to do is first bend this back to this shape. So we need to create this hook. It looks like it's 90 degrees. It's got a small sort of incline there, flat, and then I don't know why that's there. I don't even think, if you look at the bottom here, I don't think that's attached. So I think it's just held on by melted plastic, which is crazy when you think about it. So yeah, really easy to pull off. I imagine loads of people have had this problem. So what I'm going to do is rebend this back, fix this one the best I can, and then I'm going to get some pictures of this and put it up online, because I couldn't for love or money find pictures of this online, the shape of it. So I'm hoping if I leave this up long enough, this is going to maybe help some people, that they can pause the video and... Is that maybe there? Let's see if I can get this all in. So I'll pause that there for a second if you're trying to rebend this back into shape. There we go. So what I'm going to do, in fact, because I haven't actually done this myself, let's screenshot this so then I can see. Did I print screen that? Look at that on the fly. So we're going to print screen that. Let's flick back over to here. Thought I'd lost a bit of metal then for a second. I'm not going to worry, in fact, about reshaping that. Let's get paint up. Good old paint. 3D paint. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at what we got now.
Is it just not lasting as long, or is it?
No.
It seems to.
Let's flick over to Microscope.
It just seems to drop dramatically from that 15 goes. Then it goes right down to 3 or something like that. Is that sort of normal?
Okay, that's quite bent.
Yeah, sometimes they're okay, but I mean, if I'm careful with it, it can just affect that. But it's
Trying to think of the best tools to do this. Let me just see if I can get a pair of pliers.
yeah, that's okay. I was going to say it doesn't come off alright, but it's just. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
I don't suppose you've seen my long nose pliers, have you? Those little red ones that I was looking
Red
for the other
ones.
day.
I haven't seen them, no. It's those ones and those green ones over there.
They're not pliers, mate.
Not pliers, sorry. I mean,
Okay, let's see if I can just use the snips without snipping it. Okay, I've got my my other ones here, but I've rounded these off to reshape. So I did have two. Haven't got two anymore though. Well, I haven't got a sound check. I'm not even going to bother with the sound check. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. I did a few recordings before, and it seemed okay. I don't think they'll be down there, mate. Oh, you can try in that orange pot down there. Maybe they got chucked in there. No. Okay, not to worry. Let's move on. Okay, we're on Microscope. Okay, alright, it's not going to make the best of videos me reshaping this. I'm not going to be not quite sure what's going to be the best approach here. It's pretty mangled. Okay, so maybe I thought maybe this padded bench would help me out a bit, but don't think it is. Okay. Okay, maybe I can use that. I've got to be careful not to snap this. I don't think that needs to be super level. Okay, so right, looking at this needs to be at a right angle. Right, let's flick this over. Okay. Okay, we're going to start from this end. So the problem I've got is there's a little right angle bit. Now, I don't think that's gonna matter so much. Okay, so that actually extends across there. I don't want to... Oh, okay. These tweezers work quite well. Okay. That's good. Okay, that's vertical. Bad. Okay. Okay, this is a bit twisted, but okay, well, I think what I'll do is let's compare that to another one. So let's get this back over here. Right, so I was just checking the audio on that. Right, how about that? Okay, so there we go, that's that. Okay. Right, that's not bad. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough there for me to put back into the other one. And then maybe we can see if it still works. So maybe I haven't... it does look like I've bent it. It still is a bit mangled, but essentially what we need to do is keep this the same. So iPod shuffle's not shuffling. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. I don't know whether I'm going to probably put some epoxy on this. Here we go, so that's hooked on. Okay. So now I'm guessing I've just got to melt that over the top. And then what we can do is maybe I'll put a dab of epoxy either side of this and then melt this either side. I think that's what we'll do. Let's have a look. Right, I've got this.
But it is, I mean, it's extraordinary. It happened the very first day that I moved, and they said, oh, they were completely flummoxed, and one of the girls, just take out the batch and I'll wave it round and I'll stick it back in. And that's what happened. I did. If I do that.
I mean, looking at that, that looks like it's fully attached to the back. yeah, I have to be careful with how far down this goes. Okay, let's glue the other side.
But I can't then turn it back on again. That's what I'm saying. I can't turn on at the side there until I've gone. Yes.
Sometimes they just.
That's just it.
Yeah.
There's nothing more technical.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. I was just worried that I was going to end up losing everything. So.
Yeah. I'm totally on that.
Okay. Click. Okay, now let's see if I can. I'll be careful not to melt the rest of the PS here. I mean, I don't even know what to do with it. I mean, that must push this down to there. That.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a blob of this epoxy in the middle. Right, I'm going to have to leave that for 24 hours, I think, and then we'll be able to see if that placement's right. But that's essentially what we're looking at there. So that's now, you can see that. That's what we're looking for. So hopefully, you know, I mean, what I'll have to do is, where this is a live stream, I'll have to download the video and then maybe add this onto the end and get rid of this one. So then it's a comprehensive video. But what I'm gonna do is I'll maybe upload a picture of the shape of it, so if anybody else is having any troubles, or they can pause the video, and I'll do an update as well on whether this fixes the problem. The issue we've got is you can't buy this part, as far as I'm aware, even in China. So if that snaps off and you lose it, you've had it, which not great. Anyway, we're gonna end that short live stream there, and I might come back in a minute. We've got a couple of other ones that I want to go through, but I'll just see if we've got time. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, always leave them in the comments. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Facebook, hit the like button. And as always, thanks for watching.